Some people believe football is a matter of life and death. I'm very disappointed with that attitude. I can assure you it is much more important than that. Football legend Bill Shankly. This game is loved by billions and has changed to a more commodified product which is exploiting the people who produce it. The players who are getting NBA type number of games without any type of rest or recovery time, as every game for top level clubs has at most 3-day difference between games. Even off seasons are being reduced with tifo's new revised Club World Cup, and in this video I will take you through how we got to this point. Let's get to it.
Football, why is it so good?
Oh, because it's tribal and people love it and people love their clubs and it brings people together, and we talk too often about what it does to create friction. It creates much more togetherness. It's what we have in common.
The Union of European Football Associations, UEFA, was established on June 15, 1954 in Basel, Switzerland, with representatives from 25 national football associations. Its creation stemmed from the growing need for a continental organization to see football's expansion and development, coordinate competitions and unify member associations under one governing structure. French football administrations such as Gabriel Henot and Jacques Ferrand were instrumental in advocating for European club competitions and a unified European body. Henot, in particular, also played a pivotal role in conceptualizing the European Cup, later named the UEFA Champions League. FIFA, the global governing body of football, encouraged continental associations to establish regional structures, with other examples being CONMEBOL and AFCON. This initiative aligned with FIFA's vision to decentralize the sport's governance and allow for more localized decision making. But what changed? They got greedy. The ISL bribery case exposed systematic corruption within FIFA, involving its marketing partner, the International Sports and Leisure Company. ISL, which handled FIFA's broadcasting and sponsorship rights, paid an estimated 100 million in bribes to senior FIFA officials including Joao Havelange, I butchered that, FIFA president from 1974 to 1998, Ricardo Teixeira, butchered that one also, to secure lucrative contracts. When ISL went bankrupt in 2001, its financial dealings were revealed during Swiss court proceedings. Despite clear evidence, Swiss laws at the time did not criminalize accepting bribes in private organizations, allowing many officials to escape prosecution. The drama caused significant reputational damage to FIFA, exposing a culture of corruption and prompting calls for reform. Joao Havelange resigned as FIFA's honorary president in 2013 after court documents confirmed his involvement. The case laid bare FIFA's governance flaws and foreshadowed later scandals like the 2015 FIFA corruption scandal. The 2015 FIFA corruption scandal exposed widespread corruption within football's global governing body, involving over 150 billion bribes. US and Swiss investigations revealed FIFA officials accepted bribes to influence the hosting rights of notably Russia 2018 and Qatar 2022, which is sports washing, by the way. If you want me to go further with that, then say in the comments below. Anyway, marketing deals and media contracts also. On May 27, 2015, 7 FIFA officials were arrested in Zurich, and 14 individuals were indicted for crimes including racketeering, wire fraud, and money laundering. High-profile figures like Jeffrey Webb and Jack Warner were also implicated, while Sepp Blatter, FIFA's longtime president, resigned under pressure and was banned for unethical practices alongside UEFA president Michel Platini. The scandal led to governance reforms like term limits and stricter oversights but critics questioned their effectiveness. The revelations severely damaged FIFA's credibility, highlighting deep-rooted corruption and prompting calls for greater accountability and transparency. You would think after such a large case of corruption in football, they would start behaving in a more professional manner. Their financial fair play rules, introduced by UEFA in 2011 to prevent overspending and ensure financial stability, have faced criticism for inconsistent enforcement and favoring of wealthy clubs. High-profile cases like Man City and PSG highlighted leniency and loopholes. What loopholes, I hear you ask me? These actions expose weaknesses in FFP enforcement, particularly around evaluating sponsorships and legal challenges, allowing wealthy clubs to maintain dominance. Smaller clubs suffered harsher penalties as their accounting wasn't creative enough. Critics argue FFP widened the gap between elite and smaller clubs instead of promoting fairness. Critics being me, as it has been a while since we've seen a real underdog story, except Leicester until recent times. In 2022, UEFA replaced FFP with new spending caps and stricter penalties, but doubts remain about its effectiveness in addressing competitive imbalance and ensuring fair enforcement. In all fairness, it has been slightly successful, with teams like Bologna, Brest and Aston Villa making long-awaited Champions League appearances and doing well in those competitions. Now that we're all caught up with UEFA and FIFA's history of greed, we look into their modern greedy implementations like
the 5 season, the number of teams, the structure of competition and the means of qualification will all be different, as per a UEFA decision taken in May 2022. So, what's new? Firstly, the number of teams competing in the competition will increase from 32 to 36, meaning there will now be 189 matches instead of 125. And the group stage will be replaced by a league phase, otherwise known as the Swiss model. That much we already knew and has already been covered by tifo previously. Each team will be guaranteed to play 8 matches in the league phase, down from the proposed 10, of which they will play half at home and half away. The top 8 sides in the league will then qualify automatically for the knockout stage, with those finishing in 9th to 24th competing in a 2-legged playoff to determine who reaches the last 16 of the competition.
First off, let's start with the Champions League format, which has added an extra 2 games in the league stage, which means more games and more big games that would normally happen during knockouts, and also an extra round if you did not make the top 8 in the league system, meaning more minutes for players who are in teams that have small squads, which leads to more injuries, reducing the quality of football on our screens. For example, City have been bad, losing 6 games before this win against Nottingham Forest, and Real Madrid having a shaky Champions League campaign as they've been ravaged by injuries. But also they've been trying to gel their new team with Mbappe in there, so it can be a double-edged sword. The new Club World Cup system, usually a small competition with every winner of every continental competition in the world, but it has been expanded into a Champions League-like competition with a convoluted qualification system that favors European teams, which happens this off-season, shortening it for the players. So you hear all of this and say, is it even possible for us to change it? If so, why should we? As they're giving us more games to enjoy. First of all, players are feeling like going on strike, with players like Rodri advocating for the idea, who has also suffered a season-ending injury this year. Players are humans, not machines, and them getting rest means us getting better football, and careers won't end early due to them losing their legs. For example, players like Pep, who has been on a tear this season, the season before looking sluggish after playing over 70 games at the age of 19. If this sees us having players with careers with such longevity such as Messi and Ronaldo and Modric, if that means that players are going on strike, then I'm all for it. hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more videos, drop suggestions in the comments, and also press that like button as it promotes my videos to other users and it helps with the algorithm. Press that subscribe button for more videos like this, and peace.